What's happening? What's happening? We in the building today. You already know where we at. Let's get it. You already know where we at. What's happening with you, Jameson Taylor in the building? Let's get it. Said, I'm still in here in the hospital. Prayers up to you, Mr. Jameson Taylor. Hope all is well. Hope you heal very fast and have a quick recovery. Shout out to you. But y'all already know what time it is. You know we make them boys hate. Let's get it. Yeah. Let's let this building build up. Let's get it.
I can't see a thing, all this money in my face. Hey. I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day. Hey. Ain't no looking back, came a long way. Hey. I know that they mad, but just let them hate. Hey. That what make them hate, that what make them hate.
Let's go.
And we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey. That what make them hate, that what make them hate. Hey. Cause we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey.
How y'all doing this month?
Landlord is showing how to ball, boy.
Shout out to Jose.
You ain't
Shout out
even
to
on the team, you just a ball, boy. Real high, used to rock knockout, but it's real now. Real fly. Bitch, I probably average your career.
Let's
How
go.
one day hating on it, probably wanna kill. When they got our own band, we holler a deal. Long little CEO, CIP the dollar. Took my brother, that shit made me go harder. That shit turned me to a monster. Now I'm focused on the comma. I'ma run up them comma, the summer, run up them numbers.
Yeah,
I know that they hate the way a ball, man. Rockin' all this ball, man. Street made on the chain. You can't see a thing, all this money in my face.
Yeah.
I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day.
Let's get it.
Ain't no looking back, we came a long way. Hey, I know that they mad, but just let them hate. Hey. That what make them hate, that what make them hate. Hey. And we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey. That what make them hate, that what make them hate. Hey. Cause we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey.
What's happening? What's happening? Let the crowd build for a minute, man. Everybody else will have to catch up. Tell them to catch up to the show. What's happening? What's happening? How y'all doing this morning? We in the building. You already know where we at. Let's go. You already know where we at. Shout out to Lord King in the building. Shout out to Kai 001 in the building. Shout out to Jose, Jameson Taylor, Ty Bun. What's going on? We in the building. I don't know what's going on with my voice. This weather got my voice tripping and crackling and stuff. I don't know what's going on, y'all. But we in the building. Let's see. I said, y'all heard about your boy, Mr. Micah Parsons in the media. Once again, Micah is in the media, man. I don't know what it is about Mr. Micah Parsons, but I told you that's going to be something that we just going to have to deal with. That's going to be a normal theme with Mr. Micah Parsons. He is a very vocal young man. I told you that like a few weeks back. He's just a vocal dude. And this is something that you're going to see from a lot of young players coming about in the future. You know what I'm saying? That's just a thing that we're going to have to deal with. But did y'all notice what he said? He said, is it Jalen Hurts or is it the scheme? And that is very interesting because what I've been saying all year. What I've been saying all year, Ty Bun, I don't know if you've been following me, but I've been saying literally the same thing that Micah has been saying all year. But see, they call me a hater. They just think I just be up here just saying stuff, just blurting out all kind of buffoonery and, craziness, rubbish. They just think I just be saying stuff. But one thing you will notice, a lot of the things I say, like I said, are backed behind some good research. And one thing I noticed last week, I ain't even bring this up. Dan Quinn said the same exact thing I said about the game. I called it a three-headed monster game, and he said the same thing. He said that was the safeties. He said the safety play was just very impactful. I said this a whole day or so ahead of him. The interview came out like 2 days later. But I'm not saying that to toot my horn. I'm just saying that to put it to bed that some people think I'm just up here saying stuff. That is not the case, sir. I do my research. Shout out to Joe Gomez in the building. or Gonzalez. I think I said it wrong. You already know we in the trap. Let's get it. Forgive my voice. Everybody give some prayers up in the chat box for Jameson Taylor. He says he's in the hospital. Hopefully he gets well, all is well, and have a speedy recovery. Shout out to Eastside, Leaside, Harold, the hater, the native Cowboy hater. Jalen Hurts is an MVP candidate. Y'all need to stop hating. Bro, that man got 28 touchdowns. Get out of here. He got some running touchdowns too, but see, people gonna try to equate this to when Lamar Jackson won MVP the other year. But one thing they fail to realize, Lamar Jackson had 36 touchdown passes as well, sir. If Jalen Hurts finished the year out with 2+ touchdowns, I don't think he getting to no 36. He probably get to 28, 30. Hold on. Let me see. Let me make sure. Because I kind of like doing research on the fly with y'all so y'all can get my real reaction to this foolishness that people be saying. Let's see. He's having an outstanding year. This is not to dog out Hurts. This is just telling the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lamar Jackson actually had passing production, like touchdowns and stuff too. And he was leading the pack and had the added cherry on top with his rushing yards. That's not what we're seeing from Jalen Hurts. Patrick Mahomes has doubled this man up in almost every category. And y'all hollering MVP. The biggest foundation you got to stand on saying that Jalen Hurts is the MVP is the record. And that is a team statistic, sir. He is not responsible for the whole record. This man got 22 touchdowns. What am I talking about? This man got 22 touchdowns. So if this man finished the year with 2+ touchdowns every game, that's 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. What is 4 games left? How many games we got left? Let me see. Hold on. How many games we got left, y'all? Let me know. If he finished the game with 2+ touchdowns, that man probably have badly 30 touchdown passes. And these people talking about MVP. Y'all forgive me. I'm struggling with my voice. Y'all forgive me. Shout out to the big dog. Shout out to the big dog. Chop Montana in the bed. What's happening, my boy? But yeah, man, these people talking about MVP, and this dude got 22 touchdown passes. Like, this is not the crap on Jalen Hurts, but this is just telling the truth. Now let's see this. He looking outstanding. He playing good football. Y'all can't just be happy with that. Y'all can't just be happy with the fact that he's playing good football. Okay, salute. He's playing good football. I told you that. Shout out to Cowboy Brian in the building. And shout out to Saint in the building. Okay, look. They just won't be happy with just saying he playing good football. Jalen Hurts has 3,157 yards, 22 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's great. He's playing good. Okay. 3,100 yards. Let's see what Patrick Mahomes has. Because we can't just say this is a better whoever got the best team award, because that's not what the MVP is for, sir. It is who is the best player on their team and who is the most valuable player on their team. So if you take Jalen Hurts off that football team, they probably wouldn't be 13-1 or whatever their record is, but they for sure wouldn't be too much worse if you give a competent quarterback in that position. If you put a competent quarterback over there in Philly, they wouldn't be too much worse. That team is basically a complete team. It's not about Hurts. If you take Mahomes from the Chiefs, them boys probably under 500. They might be trying to get the number 1 pick. Like, just be real. This is real life. Like, this is no hate. This is just being real. I literally been saying the same exact things that Micah Parsons said on that interview all year. Literally. Like, no cap. But y'all weren't listening. Shout out to Coach Marv in the building, Carl Main in the building, Jeff from SoCal in the building. Coach Miles said, what up, Landlord? Hurts is the true MVP candidate. 30 touchdowns is enough. And you know I'm not a Philly fan. I understand, Coach Miles, but we talking about right now. He only got 22. And like when Lamar Jackson won the MVP, this man had 36 touchdown passes on top of all that rushing production. Know what I'm saying? Like they giving him all of that because they giving him all of that love because of the record mostly. Like they want to just praise him because of their record, and that's not all him. Like exactly what Michael was saying, that's not all Jalen Hurts. Like, know what I'm saying? Like, that's not all Jalen Hurts. That's what people failing to realize. Like, I looked up, what in the world? I looked up Pat Mahomes and they gave me a baseball player, his daddy. Like, why would y'all do that? They hating on the trap right now. They hating on the trap now. Trap. Okay. Now, there go the real Patrick Mahomes, the one we talking about, okay? Let's see. Jalen Hurts had 3,100 passing yards, 22 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. The interceptions is nice, but we know he's not even threading the needle most of the time. He's throwing to the tight end and barely even risking anything. Like, that's just good OC work, though. Shout out to Hallelujah. I believe that's what you're saying, sir. He said it's his first time viewing. What's happening, man? Welcome to the show. We in the trend now. Trap. Okay, I just told y'all Jalen Hurts had 3,100 yards and 22 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes got 4,100 yards and 33 touchdowns. And we still got 4 games to go, y'all. Like, what are we saying? And this is an individual award. It's not a team award. This is what y'all have to realize. So what are we really saying here? Are we saying that Jalen Hurts is the quarterback of the best team, or are we saying that this team would be nothing without Jalen Hurts? That's what an MVP is. What would the Kansas City Chiefs be without Patrick Mahomes, y'all? Let me know this. Shout out to Lisa BIC in the building. Shout out to Miss Adika Child, the team mom in the building. What's happening? Put it in the chat. Shout out to True Vibes in the building. Tell me, what would the Kansas City Chiefs be without Patrick Mahomes? What would they be? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would be absolutely nothing. You right, though, Cha-Cha. Nobody cares about MVPs because they don't win Super Bowls. That's a curse. That's been a curse. Right, Saint. Facts. He said they'll be a bottom 5 team without Patrick Mahomes. They would be terrible. So, if you think about that, what would the Eagles be? Let's see. What's the most mediocre quarterback y'all can think of right now? What would the Eagles be with Cooper Rush? They 13-1 now. What would the Eagles be with Cooper Rush? That's a good question. Because we know Cooper Rush is a capable quarterback. Shout out to Reddy Red in the building, Damian Crow in the building. Please hit the like button. Don't be stealing now. Hit that like for the squad. It will not change your card. It will not charge your card. You understand? But what would he said Wentz not Rush? Okay, give me whoever fill in the blank. Blank quarterback added to the Philadelphia Eagles. What would their record be right now? Because we know that, like, it's a good team, bro. Like, even though I can't stand the Eagles, they're a good team. But they're a solid all-around team. It's not really like they just relying on the quarterback the whole time. So, Micah Parsons ain't said not one thing wrong. He said, Hallelujah said, I think they would still win with Rush. I'm telling you, like, they're a solid team. They offensive line remind you of when Dak came in. They offensive line is good. Like, they giving him all the time in the world. Like, any quarterback should be able to produce under them circumstances. Like, bro, come on now. Yeah, Matt Ryan or somebody. Get on board Joe Flacco or somebody. The Eagles they'll probably be a 9-win team with Joe Flacco right now. They probably be a 10-win team with Cooper Rush. Like, let's just be real. What's happening, Cajun Cowboy? You already know. You already know where we at up in the turnout. Trap. But for real though, like this is how you debunk that MVP stuff. Like, what would the Eagles be if you substitute Hurts for a normal quarterback? If they say that he's this MVP, what would they be without him? And that's basically still pretty damn good in my opinion. Okay, but I told y'all, man, Micah in the media is a thing, and it's gonna be a thing. He's a very vocal player, so we might as well get used to it. Hopefully, while he's stirring up all of this nonsense, he go out there and put him on his backside. We want to see that number 1 jersey with all kind of grass stains up in it, sir. That's what we want to see. You understand? We want to see this with all kind of grass stains all over that jersey. That's what I want to see. You understand? That's what we trying to see. Yeah, Jeff from SoCal, like, they do have the best O-line probably right now. You know what I'm saying? And they play well. You know what I'm saying? That's just, it is what it is. Like, you gotta compliment good football, whatever jersey it has on. Like, sometimes, like, you know, we are enemies, so I'm not just finna be throwing them a parade, but, you know, if somebody hold me down and ask me the truth, I'll tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? They're a good team. They got a great offensive line. They got a good OC. Okay, that's enough compliments for the Eagles for the next 16 years. I'm sorry. Ultra Cowboy Christian says, Eagles O-line is not better than the Cowboys O-line. Even without Steele, Mr. Ultra Cowboy? I don't know. We've been losing in pass rush rate, sir. Know what I'm saying? They been getting back there, but Dak just been getting the ball out quick. That's the only reason we don't have that many sacks. Jalen Hurts doesn't get the ball out as quick, or something is going on because they have a lot of sacks over there. You know what I'm saying? They offensive line is good, though. See, they pretty much like the inverse of us. They the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like, our offensive line ain't that good in pass block, and we don't give up sacks. I believe they offensive line pretty decent in pass block, and they do give up sacks. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have to figure out what the common ground is here. Shout out to Rico in the building. Said, let's go, Landlord. We need to stay. You already know. But, yeah, man, I really hate I ain't screenshot some of them questions y'all were asking, because y'all were making some good points in the last live stream I did. Y'all was making some good points. And y'all know I ain't going to be able to get to every comment, but I was really, really missing some good comments. I hated y'all. I'm going to start screenshotting some of y'all good comments. We might do something like comment of the week or comment of the live screen. I might start posting that on my community tab, because y'all have some real good comments that I missed, and I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? On my rewatch, so y'all put in some good comments. So in my rewatch, I'm going to start screenshotting the good comments and put them in the community tab, and we're going to discuss them if I miss one, for sure. But I'm pretty sure we debunked that Jalen Hurts is not the MVP. He can win it, so that'll pretty much just put it in the bag that they won't win a Super Bowl. I ain't worried about that anyway, though, just to be honest. But, you know, we pretty much sure that he's not the MVP. Pat Mahomes got way more everything than him in almost every single category. Like, no matter how you want to even look at it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Reddy Red said, Boss talked about the O-line options going forward. I like option 1. I'm going to have to go watch it. You know, Boss don't play with it. Shout out to Boss Cowboy. You know, he a beast with it. But, you know, I ain't too much worried about that, man. Like I said, Micah gonna be in the media. That's gonna be something he's just gonna do, and we're gonna have to deal with it. But shout out to Cowboys fan 95. Shout out to Rico, everybody, man. Shout out to Randy Jackson in the building. What's happening? But yeah, man, like they have a good OC too, because they are managing him well. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. He's just not as great as everybody trying to make him out to be. He's very much so improved, though, because I was very low on him. You know what I'm saying? He's improved big time. Yeah, Rico, we got to talk about the Jags now. This is who we looking forward to now. The Jacksonville Jaguars just beat the stuffing out of the Tennessee Titans. But one thing I did notice, Tennessee gave up 4 turnovers, sir. If you give up 4 turnovers, you're going to lose. That's a fact. You understand? Know what I'm saying? Shout out to Common Sense Lab in the building. If you give up 4 turnovers, more than likely you're gonna lose that game, sir. Like without a shadow of a doubt, you will be losing. Unless you mighty like the Cowboys. Shout out to Micah with the $2 holler. I appreciate that. Salute to you, ma'am. I appreciate you. What's happening? But yeah, let's talk about these Jaguars. Okay. According to some stats, I don't know who this is, but they say the Cowboys are ranked 5th overall in power rankings. They got the Jags at 27th, and they got their defense in 24th, offense at 15th. Like, this another one of them crazy games, but this team is trending up, though. That's one thing they need to realize. We cannot be sleep on them boys. I hope we learned our lesson last week. We cannot come in here stumbling around, playing around with this team at all. And I made a video. Y'all need to follow me on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, because I'm making a whole different form of content for them channels. Because, like, y'all on YouTube, y'all kind of hardcore fans, so a lot of this stuff I be making, y'all might not need, but if you want some additional content, you might want to follow me on some of the other places, because some of the stuff ain't going to make it to YouTube. But I did on a live, on a video, I said us playing around with the Texans, I believe that kind of hindered us, because think about this. If we would have executed and handled them boys early, we probably would have avoided most of them injuries. That's why you can't play with your food. Most of them injuries came like in the second half or later in the game. Dorrance Armstrong got hurt. He got in the walking boot on the Hail Mary pass at the end of the game. See what I'm saying? This is why you can't play with them. This is why you can't play with your food. This is why you supposed to come in here and take care of business early, so you can rest your veterans, so you can make sure. That's a cheat code. If you come in here and blow them boys out early, now you can sit your vets. Now you sure that your team gonna be healthy going into the next game. That's a cheat code. Know what I'm saying? So we set up here and played around with them, and we got some injuries that we could have avoided, in my opinion. Now, we know injuries can happen at any time, but I feel like if we would have executed earlier, we probably could have avoided some of them injuries. That's just my opinion. Ultra Cowboy Christian said, Eagles have been blessed with no major injuries. Yeah, they got a safety out right now, something like that, and I think they just got another corner or something. But I ain't too worried about them. You know what I'm saying? But we've been dealing with major injuries all year. But think about this. We done lost our quarterback. We done lost Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith ain't even played a game, y'all. Tyron Smith ain't even played a game for us this year. Dak Prescott missed 5 games, and we still only 2 games back on this mighty juggernaut team everybody is brown-nosing for. That should tell you a lot. We them boys. You know what I'm saying? That's what that should tell you. We like that. We are definitely like that. You understand? So, they done had this miraculous season, but the Cowboys still right there on their tail. And we ain't even feel like we didn't peak yet. Like, we sure the Eagles done probably peaked. We ain't even peaked yet. Then we added T.Y. Hilton in the building. So we got another weapon to add on to this. And then you hear a lot of people saying like, T.Y. roster, he ain't going to give us that much. I seen quotes, they saying they want to incorporate him immediately. They want that boy in here like yesterday. You ain't hear that? Go to Twitter. Look at some of them reporters. I can't think of the exact reporter. I got to get better with that, giving people that credit. But one of the Cowboys beat writers said that they was trying to incorporate him immediately. So I guess the debate about who's the number 3 wide receiver, that might be out the window. So I'm excited about T.Y. Hilton too. I might go back to that after I get finished with this Jag stuff. But they got their offense, they got their defense ranked 24th. They got their offense ranked 15th. It ain't looking too good for them as far as their history. Know what I'm saying? But I think they trending in the right direction. They actually playing better football. And one thing I know for sure you cannot do, you cannot come in here and get his team turnovers. Sunshine, Trevor Lawrence has been playing good football. You know what I'm saying? As of late, he's been playing pretty well. And you already know that's one of my arch nemesis. I can't stand Trevor Lawrence or Travis Etienne. Them boys beat my Bama team, you understand? It was sad. They beat my team in college. I know we talking about Cowboys, but I can't stand them, boy. They my arch nemesis, you understand me? That boy Trevor Lawrence came and just destroyed my Alabama team. Beat the wheels off of us. And we had to. Know what I'm saying? But one thing you will notice, the difference between Tua and Jalen Hurts at Bama. Tua lost to some formidable opponents. Tua lost to one of the greatest teams we ever seen in college. You understand? Yeah, Sunshine. He lost to, that was one of the best offenses we ever seen come through college. That was Tua. That's who Tua lost to. Then you seen with Jalen Hurts. When we had Jalen Hurts, we lost to teams that we really supposed to beat. I'm sorry. That's why I got this beef with Jalen Hurts. In a bizarre world, I used to cheer for Jalen Hurts. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds strange. I really know it do. But think about this. In a bizarre world, once upon a time, not long ago, I used to cheer for this young man. And he let me down. I wanted that boy Nick. I wanted him out of Bama. I was one of the Bama fans that was saying he ain't gonna get it. Shout out to damn Drizzle in the building. I was one of them Bama fans saying, man, Jalen ain't gonna get it. He ain't good enough. He can't make the throws. Know what I'm saying? I was one of them fans. But he let me down. So I always had a certain view the way I look at Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? But Trevor Lawrence destroyed my team, so I'ma always have beef with that young man. He is my arch nemesis. So I got a level of respect to him too. Like with me, if you beat my team, you get a decent amount of respect from me. Like I can't just sit up here and just disrespect you until we get our get back. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Somebody had said something. Talk my channel said, man, you like Trevor up and ETN gonna fold. Yeah, see, one thing I did notice, I was about to get to that. When it comes to the quarterback comparison, to be honest, to be fair, they got Trevor numbers looking better than Dak. But when it comes to the overall rankings, Dak ranked 6th and Trevor ranked 12th. So they already know that, you know, Dak is the better quarterback, but Trevor got a lot of potential and his trajectory is going up. So we need to treat him like a special quarterback. You know what I'm saying? We need to treat him like a special quarterback. Don't treat him like a second-year player because he's not. Y'all think about this. After he beat Bama, man, them people were calling him Peyton Manning. Real talk. The whole college world was calling this man Peyton Manning. They were saying he was the second thing since sliced bread. He was the best thing since sliced bread. That's what they were saying. But they said his passer rating in a clean pocket is 104.3. So that means if he got time, he's going to dissect you. He gets surgical with it, unfortunately.
You know I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay.
But so is Dak. Okay, they say his passer rating under pressure, though. That's when you get to him. When you get hands on him, when you put that pressure on that young man, it drops significantly. His passer rate under pressure is 65. So it went from 104 to 65. So you know what Mr. DQ need to be doing. He need to be dialing up them blitzes. You understand? He need to be in the lab cooking right now. I don't want Cowboy Nation to take this game for granted either. This is not an easy game. We need to be focused on this game. This ain't a game to say, I'll watch it later or something. Like, nah, you need to watch this game. You need to be focused on this game. This is an important game. Then you add to the fact, you add to the fact that we can clinch if we win this game. We need these. We gotta have these. Know what I'm saying? This right here let you know when you're a good team. You need to go in here and handle business. You know what I'm saying? Playing around will not be tolerated. You understand? We need to come in here and take care of business, especially if you're trying to keep up with Philly still. Like I really ain't too big on the number 1 seed no more. I don't think Dallas need that. I think we need to come from an underdog type perspective for once. You know what I'm saying? Because we always been the big dogs sitting on the mountaintop and then come out here flat and lose. I want us to be kind of scratching and clawing. We ain't never seen that kind of route. Like when the last time we been like scratching and clawing to get in the playoffs and then have to go on the road and do all this stuff. The team know it ain't gonna be able to be slipping in that kind of scenario. You know what I'm saying? I want to see my team scratching and clawing. What would you do when you're back against the wall, sir? What will you do when you're back against the wall? Know what I'm saying? I want to see that out of my team because we always had that luxury of getting first-round buys and all that stuff and then come out there lackluster and lay an egg. I want to see it in reverse. I want to see us have to fight. You know what I'm saying? That builds character. And I'm glad that the NFC East is competitive this year. I'm sorry. Because that's character building too. The Cowboys been in playoff mode for a few weeks now. Like, we can't relax. You know what I'm saying? Think about this. Last year, if we would have had 10 wins this early, man, this division would have been a wrap. You know what I'm saying? People would have been planning for the playoffs already. Shout out to How About 'em. I don't think I ever seen you in here, sir. Thanks for pulling up and stopping by. Right or wrong now, in the past, probably past 3-4 years, the NFC East just not been that good, and that's lowering your expectation. That's lowering your standards. You need to have your standards high. So when it's time for competition, you already in that kind of mode. Kind of like the San Francisco and the Rams division last year. Them boys was always in playoff mode already. So when it came down to it, they was ready. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to get riled up for it. You know what I'm saying? They was already in that mode. That's what I want to see out of my team. I don't want them to be able to relax at all, to be quite frank. I'm sorry. Nope. Because it seems like we don't know how to act in that scenario. This is just my opinion. This is just coming from me. You know what I'm saying? It seems like we don't know how to act in a privileged position. So maybe we need to try poverty for a minute. You know what I'm saying? We might get the best out of it when you have to scratch and claw. Micah said Dak showed me he can put the team on his back and win. Yeah, man, Dak been showed me that. That's why I said, Micah, at this point, I don't care about none of Dak's statistics. I don't care about none of Dak haters. I don't care about none of that stuff. I'm so past that, man. I'm so past that because I feel like Dak has did enough. Like, he's not won the big games, but that's a team accomplishment. That's not Dak. That's not on Dak. Now, could he have played better in some of those scenarios? Yeah. But all the blame can't just go on him. I feel like he's done enough in this league to say, okay, he's a well above average quarterback, top 5, top 10. If you say he ain't top 10, we can fight. We can challenge each other to a duel right now. So, you got a top 10 quarterback. I don't care where you rank him. You know what I'm saying? If you a hater or anything, because I don't think that's necessary in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Dak done did enough for me. You know what I'm saying? I know he's capable. I just feel like he need the right opportunity to show everybody else. I know what he can do. You know what I'm saying? We just got to buckle up, lace up them boots, and when it's time to go to war, we need to accomplish everything we want to do. We need to seize the moment. That's all it is. We need to seize the moment. That's it. I don't care about none of the statistics, where he ranked with somebody else and all of this craziness. Because look at this. This right here finna let you know most of the mainstream media narratives be BS. Give me 1 second. 90% of the mainstream media narratives be BS. Okay, they say since Dak came back from his broken thumb, Patrick Mahomes got 16 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Josh Allen has 9 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. But all you hear about on every show, every episode is that Dak got 14 touchdowns with 8 interceptions. Tell me what's up with that. I'm waiting on somebody to explain that to me. So you mean to tell me these quarterbacks been doing just as bad, if you call that bad, they've been doing just as bad as Dak has been in the same amount of time. In the same amount of time. Now, I ain't talking about I'm not manipulating the time. This is the same time period. And since Dak broke his thumb and he came back, Patrick Mahomes got 16 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Josh Allen got 9 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. And neither one of them got a better record than Dak. Buffalo got the same record. So where's all of this Dak slaying and Dak hate and all of these naysayers and non-believers come from? And they definitely shouldn't come from Cowboy Nation. What's wrong with y'all? If they gonna come from anywhere, they definitely shouldn't come from us. That's all I be saying. Think about this, man. If everybody in your same crew, everybody in your same fan base is hating on your quarterback, then who gonna take up for him? Because they sure take up for their quarterbacks. They sure take up for their players. That's what I don't like. So this is what I say, man. I don't mind people being critical of these players. That's not what I'm saying. Every man, woman, and child should be held accountable. But all I'm saying is don't throw your player under the bus. That's a whole different thing. Like, holding Dak accountable, I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not letting Dak slide. I told you, he threw a bad interception. That was a bad read. Every quarterback does these. But when you throw the man under the bus, that's a whole different thing. That's a problem now. Know what I'm saying? Now, if he continuously be just sucking it up, then we'll have another conversation. But Dak ain't did that. So I feel like you jumping the gun, sir. You jumping the gun. Hold your horses. You know what I'm saying? Settle down, sir. Simmer down. That's all I'm saying. This is not just Dak, bro. It's just not. You can't say that. Have Dak been absolutely phenomenal? No, not this year. He's been in the past, and y'all still hated the man out. Dak can't win for losing. In the years where Dak was winning every game almost, had one of the best records in the football, when he kept winning and beating everybody, you know what they said? He ain't got the stats, so he ain't doing that. It's the team. He ain't got the stats. Then you know what happened when they said, okay, the next few years, Dak came with the stats and didn't have as many wins. What they said? Oh, he ain't got the wins. What you want the man to do? Now, here we come that Dak got stats. Last year, he had stats and wins, and they still complain. Like, what do you want the man to do? See, when you break this stuff down and apply logic to it and common sense, that right there reveals the real issue, and it is that you're just a hater. And you need to just admit that, because you're wasting a lot of time. You wasting a lot of people's time, man. Like, we ain't even got to be discussing this. We ain't even got to be discussing this if you just go on and admit, hey, bro, I'm going to just be real with you. I don't like that. I'd be like, okay, good. Okay, we can move on. But coming with all of these subliminal disses and shots, it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense when you apply logic to it and common sense. You just start sounding crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a waste of time, Carl, man. It's a waste of time. Didn't nobody explain that to me. All the Dak haters and non-believers and naysayers, why is Patrick Mahomes not getting crucified in the media? Why is Josh Allen not getting crucified in the media? They stat lines look almost the same. Patrick Mahomes got 2 more touchdowns than Dak and 1 less interception. Josh Allen got what? He got almost 5, what? He got 1 less interception. He got like 5, what it is? I can't really see. He got 5 less touchdowns and he got 1 less interception. So, like, what is we really discussing here? Like, where is the outrage for Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes now? And then can I go back to the fact that neither one of those boys got a better record than your quarterback? That's my issue. I think that's fair. Constructive criticism, that's welcome here. That's welcome here in the trap. That's welcome here. We need that. We gonna definitely have some constructive criticism, but sometimes it's like some of our fans don't understand when we need to be fans. Sometimes you need to be fans. Because, like, if you sit up here and dog your quarterback out, it ain't nobody to take up for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you up here with a bunch of Buffalo fans, Dak is terrible. And you sit up here, yeah, Dak is terrible. Like, who gonna take up for him? You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to represent your team. You could go back amongst the Cowboy fans and be like, well, you know, I ain't really too fond of Dak, but I just couldn't let them dog my team out. You know, we discuss family business in the house now. Shit. We discuss family business in the house. That's just family business. You know how it used to be when you was growing up? They was like, hey, we gonna take up for each other in the street, but hey, when we get home, we gonna discuss why you shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna have to talk about that. We gonna have to discuss that, sir. But yeah, man, they do let's get back to Sunshine and the Jazz, cause y'all gotta be off track today. But it's a lot of stuff that I have to tell y'all, cause I get so sick of these false narratives that they put out here. That when you hear people talking like that lets you know they watch too much media, too much Skip and Shannon. I'm sorry. That's all that means. When you hear somebody saying all this foolishness stuff, just be like Skip and Shannon. Know what I'm saying? Just think about it. Hey, we gonna call them Skip or Shannon. Either one of them. Which one of you? You must be Skip or Shannon. One of them. Because that's all you listen to. You got to be listening to foolishness. Know what I'm saying? If that's what you think. But they do have a decent, they are playing decent football. We have to admit that, the Jaguars. So I'm just hoping that we be focused. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see a focused team come up in here. He said, Sunshine got to get rained on. Absolutely. Let me interact with the chat a little bit. Lord King says Skip and Shannon got into a yelling match for Skip starting insulting Shannon over Brady losing that bad. They are in the media, guys. They're just not Dallas. They're not as profiled as we are. I don't know what you mean. I have to read that again. You know, no reading Rainbow. Cajun Cowboy said the best medicine tastes that worse. Preach, brother. Understand? You understand? Rico said it's because no one watches Buffalo. Hey, that's fair. That's fair, sir. That's fair. Nobody's watching those guys either now. I had to reconsider that. Nobody's watching. I mean, they watched the Chiefs just for Patrick Mahomes, but I mean, before that, you couldn't find a Chiefs fan nowhere in the world. Yeah, Ty Bunn says, Fast Landlord, I've been saying the same thing, but they'll use that Josh Allen hurt his arm as an excuse, even though Dak just came off an injury to his throwing hand. Now, this man just broke his thumb. He just had a thumb injury. That affects your pass. Shout out to Gina Chase in the bed and what's happening. She said, can we get some Crown Apple in the chat? Let's go. In the shootout. Trap. Hey, I feel you. I wish we could. It's too early, Miss Gina. It's too early for some liquor now. Come on now. Don't be too nefarious now, Miss Gina. Don't be too nefarious. It ain't in the weekend yet. Andrew Knott says we need to start out fast. First drive needs to be a touchdown. Facts. Yeah, we need to do that for sure. Like, we did that last game, but it didn't work out in our favor thanks to our little brother, Cavante Turpin. But if we do the same thing, sorry for my voice sounds horrible, but if we do the same thing again and not turn the ball over, like, the only way we could lose this game if we come in here and we cannot stop Trevor Lawrence for some strange reason and we turning the ball over. That's the only reason that's the only way I see this. Shout out to Timo 419 in the building. But yeah, man, let's go over their schedule real quick. You know, this is what I call my background check. I have to see, have they done anything that's respectable? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, turnovers killed us. We kept them in the game against the Texans, man. We kept shooting ourselves in the foot, Cheddar Bob style. Who gets the reference? Everybody in my chat box should get that reference. We kept shooting ourselves. Cheddar Bob, yeah. Cheddar Bob Cowboys. It did get so frustrating. If you go back and look at my live screen watching the game, man, I'd be so mad. Because, like, that's what get the Cowboys so mad, y'all. True Bible said, LOL, since they edited out of this. I don't know what you talking about. What they edited? They messed me up or something? Yeah. 8 Mile common sense, yeah. But this, when I do background checks, this is when I come back and look at your schedule, you know what I'm saying, and see if you done something that was noteworthy. Or something that was respectable. You know what I'm saying? I know football math don't add up, but this is a good reference to have when you look over what they have done. History is a good indication to the future. Shout out to Sugar Daddy Williams in the bed. I don't think I hollered at you. Shout out to Eternal Dynasty in the bed. Do you notice something, Mr. Eternal Dynasty? You know what I'm saying? See, when you donate, man, y'all don't understand. Y'all keeping the trap going because, you know, it ain't no guarantee this is what I be doing. Hey, let's go. Look, when you donate, when you show love like that, man, that just let me know, hey, that just say, hey, landlord, keep on trapping, man. Keep on trapping. Trap. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you got that rent, sir. I appreciate that. But, they lost to the Washington Commanders. Not only did they lose to the Washington Commanders, they lost 28-22. But not only did they lose 28-22, they lost to Carson Wentz, y'all. Good grief. Now, they have beat some good teams, though. That's what's weird about them. So that's why you can't let your guard down against them. Carson Wentz had 4 touchdown passes, but he had 2 interceptions. Mickey said, landlord, best trap house after Gucci Mane. Hey, I won Trap of the Year 4 times in a row, though, Mickey. I won 4 times in a row. Shout out to Peter Rizzo with the 199, man. I appreciate that, sir. Real talk. That's why I said, man, that just let me know. That's just a salute to me. Say, hey, landlord, keep on trapping. Then we're going to start getting different features in the building. You might see me with a shelf in the background instead of this little curtain I got here, y'all. And this Yeti mic I got right here. You know what I'm saying? We got to upgrade the trap sometimes, don't we? You know what I'm saying? But I don't like to ask y'all for nothing, man. I don't know, but I just hope y'all understand this is a part of the cause. If y'all enjoy this, it would be greatly appreciated. But Carson Wentz he went 27 for 41, 313 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So he basically dissected them boys. Carson was surgical on them boys.
You know I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay.
Gibson didn't even run all over him. He only had 58 yards. So, I mean, I don't understand how they lost to the Washington Commanders. Like, and then they put up over 100 yards between 2 backs, Travis Etienne and James Robinson. So, they just terrible, I guess. Trevor only threw 1 interception. Let's see how did they even, I don't even see how y'all lost that game. But Christian Kirk, they best wide receiver, he had 117 yards that game. Hey, he been pretty decent too. Like, he got like, him and Travis Etienne got like 800 and some yards. He almost at the 1,000-yard mark. And Christian Kirk been doing well too. So them they 2 biggest threats. They got Evan Ingram. We know him pretty well though, don't we? We know that young man well, don't we? Mm-hmm. They said the Doug Peterson effect. Yeah, I always thought Doug was kind of a decent coach too. Shout out to Jay Word. He said Heineke was the quarterback. They said on here, let me see. They said on here was Wentz, Jay Word. It was Wentz. They said Wentz was 27 for 41, 13. This according to Bleacher Report. So maybe, I could be wrong. This according to Bleacher Report. He did a decent job and beat them boys. Okay. They lost to the Washington Commanders, which is very sad. They should be ashamed of themselves. Shame on y'all. Then they beat the Colts 24-0. They beat some decent teams. The Colts didn't beat some decent teams. This is why football math don't work. But you want to know why they won? Do you want to know? Do you? Good old Matt Ryan had 3 interceptions. Hey, I appreciate that, Sugar Daddy Wig. I appreciate that $5 holler. He said, just keep it real and keep it coming, bro. I appreciate that, bro. I'ma always keep it real up in the trend app. Trap. But the reason Matt Ryan and the Colts lost, he threw in 3 interceptions. So that's a reoccurring theme I'm seeing from this team. Do not give them life from no interceptions and turnovers. We cannot do that. And that's been one of our Achilles' heels as of late. We cannot get them boys no turnovers if we want to come in here and win this game. Because I feel like Trevor kind of on fire right now, man. He's a very talented quarterback. Let's just be real. He's very talented. So we don't want to give them no type of confidence. Know what I'm saying? Then they at home. We don't want to give them boys no type of confidence. We need to come in here and beat the stuffing out of them, like we said. Make a living and a killing on this run game because I seen Derrick Henry running all over them boys. If we come, look, we been putting up all these points and we ain't even played a clean game, y'all. We ain't even played a clean game. So that right there alone lets you know that we ain't even peaked yet. Know what I'm saying? We ain't even peaked yet. And we playing this good. You got a 10-3 team that ain't even peaked yet, and we ain't even playing clean. Dak been averaging 2 interceptions for the last few games. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even playing our best games, and we putting up 40 points, 54 points and stuff with 2 interceptions. Like, we put up 28 points with 2 interceptions last game with 3 turnovers, y'all. You see what I'm saying? What's happening, Larry Lynch Jr.? Yeah, that's Junior right there. Shout out to you, sir. What's happening? We in here. But look, are those not some good points to think about, y'all? We putting up all these points and we ain't even played a clean, complete game yet. The only game that was clean and complete was Minnesota, and you see what that got us. Shout out to JC Cowboy Network in the building. What's happening, bro? What's happening, Major Mayhem 29 for your mind? What's happening? But right or wrong, we ain't even peaked yet. The only game that we played complete on offense and defense was Minnesota. We just destroyed them boys, and that's the potential. That's what we should be fighting to get to. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal right there. We already know if we play football anywhere close to that, we should get that 6th trophy. Like, just be real. We do that, it's a wrap. I'm just being real. But okay, they beat the Colts, but Matt Ryan gave them 3 interceptions. So put that down in your notebook. Okay, they beat the stuffing out of the Chargers now. 38-10. So let's see what happened. Good grief. Now I watched the little of this game and I watched the full Tennessee game. But let's see what happened. Okay, Trevor Lawrence had 3 touchdowns. He didn't even ball out that much. But they running back James Washington went over to Central Mall. He had a good game on the ground. So the run game and Trevor Lawrence with 3 touchdowns, that'll work. That's good winning football. I can't even see what Justin Herbert and them, they held them to 10 points. Shout out to Eternal Dynasty for the $1.99 for your mind. He says those interceptions been wearing our defense out. Facts. Like, that's one of the bad things about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you putting way too much added stress on your defense. Think about this. That's why I get so mad when we don't run the football. Like, Running the football helps you in so many different aspects y'all don't even understand. Running the ball kills the clock. It also allows your offensive lineman to tee off on the defense sometimes instead of getting pushed back all the time. You know what I'm saying? It lets your offensive line be aggressive. It also kills the clock. It also what I'm looking for. It also shows them that you physical. It adds a different element of physicality to the game. Know what I'm saying? And on top of that, it protects your quarterback. It opens up the pass game. It's so many different reasons why you should run the football. And think about that. Out of 16 different reasons why you should run the football, tell me why would you start running on your own? Why would you volunteer like Tennessee to start running? Why would you volunteer to start running? Running the football should go like, if they don't stop me, bro, I'm finna run. And then I'm going to pass when I want to. That's how it go when you play football, when you know what you're doing. If you dominating in the run game, bro, you don't have to run the ball. I mean, you don't have to throw the ball. You can throw the ball at will. Like, that's why people went out. Yeah, that's what people were saying in the chat the other day. They were saying, Landlord, they was running the ball. And I was like, that's a good answer. But look, when he ran the ball, he did it like out of spite. He did it begrudgingly. You know what I'm saying? You can tell. He ran the ball 13 times in a row, I think they said, and then kept handing the ball to Zeke in the middle. Now, when we say run the ball, man, we're not talking about run the ball exclusively. We saying run the ball, make running the ball the main focus. Not saying that don't ever throw the ball. Man, when we got down to that goal line, y'all, tell me they couldn't have did a play action pass. We would have definitely got a touchdown. You just ran the ball 13 times in a row, man. Now, you could tell when somebody do something like that, they being smart. Now, we said run the football. We ain't say never throw the football. them two different statements, man. Right or wrong? That drive after the second half, man, that man came in there and ran the football 13 times in a row. And when we got to the red zone, he ran the ball with Zeke 2 times down the middle. Yeah, shout out to Samuel Rowe. Hey, sir, you so crazy, man. You be changing your name. I've been meaning to holler at you, but I don't think I ever seen you come through like that. But that man had Samuel Rowe, a.k.a. Landlord from Wakanda. Hey, you had me crying laughing when I seen that, bro. You real funny, man. You crazy. He said from Wakanda. But think about that, man. All we had to do, come on now, when we was in the red zone, why he ain't do a play action pass at least one time? Like, this man ran the ball like 4 times straight, I believe. And all of them was through the middle with Zeke. They weren't even well-designed plays. You know what I'm saying? It was just craziness. You can tell that he was just forcing it. I told you he was reluctantly running the ball. He was saying it like when your boss tell you to do something stupid. You know what I'm saying? When your boss say, hey, watch this, mop this floor. And you be like, damn, I just mopped the floor. They just came and put some footprints in it. And he like, mop the floor. Then you just grab the mop and just start doing it with an attitude. That's what Kellen Moore did with the run game. So y'all was right, because a lot of people was like, we was running the ball. They did stop us. They stopped us on 4th and short. But come on, bro. Y'all got more sense than that. Y'all got more sense than that, chat box. Y'all know that he was running the football out of spite. Ain't no way you finna keep doing that at the goal line. Because Zeke had ran the ball 2 times and didn't get in. You know what I'm saying? Zeke ran the ball 2 times and didn't get in. Shout out to Turner Dynasty. He really wanted me to keep trapping, sir. That's his 2nd super chat, I believe. Appreciate that, sir. I really appreciate it in the trap, bro. I really do. I really do. Kellen got yelled at during halftime, and like a spoiled child, he overdid it. Ran the ball 11 times straight, and see it didn't work. Straight up, it doesn't work like that, bro. Like, think about this, man. You an offensive coordinator. You know if you run the ball that many times, bro, think about this, y'all. This is common sense football. Like, Landlord is no OC. But I do have common sense. I can count to 10. I can do that. So if you got common sense, if you got legs to walk on, you can count to 10. You understand if you run the ball 10 times in a row, sir, you might need to throw a play action in there. Am I right or wrong, man? This is common sense stuff. This is common sense stuff. And Paula was on the sideline the whole time. See, yeah, they get mad when you tell the truth about Kellen Moore. They say, we got the number one offense. We do. Then they say, oh, we scoring points. We are, but you have to prepare for the boss fights. It's not going to be this easy to be doing all this goofy stuff when it comes to these better teams. We going to be mad again. We trying to prevent Cowboy Nation. We'll take the bullets right now. This is what some of the real content creators doing. Somebody just shouted me out. Well, yeah, Choctaw said we in the trap. Trap. Yes, sir. Trap. But look, this is what some of us real content creators doing right now. We willing to take the bullet right now while we winning, just so we can save us the disappointment in the playoffs. Ain't y'all tired of being one and done? This is what we trying to prepare y'all for. We trying to put some pressure on this team so they can understand this is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. Know what I'm saying? It's easy to win. Think about this. You basically playing against NFL teams, but you are playing against some of the worst teams. Know what I'm saying? You supposed to be preparing yourself for the boss fights. Know what I'm saying? Like, you should beat a lot of these teams that we beat. Come on now, let's be real. Not saying that our schedule been sorry, but you should beat them. You the Cowboys. You a talented team. You should beat some of these teams. But we got to talk about what we can do to assure ourselves of winning these other games too. Know what I'm saying? We need to be sure that we can win these other games. Like, that's what it comes down to. That's what I'm saying. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, Kellen running the ball out of spite, bro. That junk don't make no sense. And it's really giving me some Jason Garrett and Wade Phillips vibes, though. That's what it's giving me. It's giving me some Jason Garrett and Wade Phillips vibes. You know that man sabotaged Wade Phillips. That boy, yeah, they real nefarious, Sugar Daddy with, man. They acting real nefarious now. Like, Kellen Moore trying to get her application, man. That's what he doing. Jenna Chase says, what's up with the linebacker? He, you know, Micah in the media. We talked about that a little earlier, but, you know, I told you that's going to be something that he does all the time. Shout out to Common Sense Lab with the $5 holler. I appreciate y'all efforts, man. Y'all really don't know. Like, I appreciate it, for real. He says, my problem with Kellen Moore is that not one game has he shown a purpose for his play calls. It's like he plays Mother May I with the call sheet. Man, get that man a bone. Think about this, because y'all just going to get us on this. Look, and I be cooking when I talk about Kellen, though, so it makes for good TV. But think about this, y'all. If you was going up against the Dallas Cowboys, you could classify this a good thing or a bad thing, to be fair. But if you was going up against the Cowboys, how would you scout us? If you was a defensive coordinator, this is what I'm asking you. What would you say, oh, this is what the Cowboys do? This is their identity. We don't have an identity for real, and that's because of your OC. We do a lot of things well, but it should be some things that we do great, and can't nobody take it away from us. And we got one, but he's reluctant to use it, which is the run game. We are great at running the ball. We are great at it. If we sucked at running the ball, I wouldn't want us to run the ball. I'm just be real with you. If we keep getting 3 and outs, 2-yard games running the ball, I'll be like, no, don't run the ball. We are actually great at running the ball. So when another team scouts us, what you think they say that, oh, the Cowboys do this? Every team should have an identity. We are at an identity crisis because of Kellen Moore. We are. Know what I'm saying? We should be running the ball, but for some reason he's reluctant to run and he rather pass. So I guess our identity is Kellen Moore passing the ball for no good reason. When it comes to when it comes to scouting a team, when you got to play against a team, that's how you scout them. You got to say, okay, what do they do well? What are they trends? Think about all this random stuff that Kellen Moore do. Like I said last screen, what happened to all them tight end plays that we used to do? What happened to the 3 tight ends? What happened to why we don't utilize Turpin? It's a lot of questions that we have to ask. Why it took 4 years almost to get Tony Pollard the football? Tony Pollard just started getting utilized this year after we huffed and puffed and blew their house down for years. Tony Pollard just not being used, y'all. Think about that. And what's sad is we might be finna lose them because we just not using them. Eternal Dynasty said the first drive we had was perfect. I bet Mike scripted that first drive. That's what I'm saying. And then after that first drive was successful by the run game, it was mostly successful with the run game, he came back and started throwing the ball all over the pod. That's when the interceptions and stuff happened. And then we ended up getting better after the halftime. Damn Drizzle says Kellen's tendencies are a good cue for a defensive coordinator. Force him to pass. Oh, sir, one thing about Kellen, you ain't got to force him. You ain't got to force him, sir. He gonna pass the ball. They probably just sit back and wait on the pass. Did you see what the Bucs said? The Bucs was like, yeah, we know what Kellen's gonna do. We know what the Cowboys are gonna do. We know they ain't gonna commit to the run. What's his name, that linebacker? David said this. He said, we know they ain't gonna commit to the run game. He said this. I hope not, Mr. Dicker, because I don't want Tony Pollard to lead this building at all. Hey, I don't want him to lead this building at all, not one bit. Tony might as well just stay at the Star. I don't want him to leave. He can't even go home. You know what I'm saying? Let him tell Tony Pollard to make a pallet, sir. Yeah, it was Devin White. It was Devin White. They said this out their own mouth. They said they know the Cowboys wasn't gonna commit to the run game. They knew this. That's what they said. Like, so that's our tendencies. They reluctant to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. Like, that's what our tendency is. We gonna throw the ball all over the pod. And you see what people was doing. That's when we come into these problems like the Texans. The Texans was showing man looks and then dropping into zone. Know what I'm saying? That's why they was getting their hands on so many footballs. That put way too much pressure on Dak. Now, can't he handle it sometimes? Yeah, he can handle it sometimes. But no quarterback is going to be 100% in those moments when you putting everything on him. It's not going to work like that. Why would you be throwing into these coverages, these quarter coverages, and all of these zone coverages all the time? When you got 7 DBs out there, you run the football. This is common sense. You too light. You too light in the behind. You know what I'm saying? You got to throw the football. I mean, you got to run the football in those situations. If you got all these DBs out there, bro, run the football. They too light. That's what people don't realize. Like, you just can't do anything you want to do, man. That's what's crazy. Like, Kellen Moore, this football is a simple thing when you break it down until its purest form. It's very simple. You know what I'm saying? If you got a matchup mismatch, you take advantage of it. If your personnel got a mismatch, you take advantage of it. Like, this stuff is simple, man. So if you see 7 DBs out there and it's not a passing situation where you have to pass, it's easy just to run the football, man. This is simple. And I love Dak Prescott. I still think he's top 10, probably better than a lot of people feel like he is. But still, you don't want to put your quarterback in compromising situations over and over and expect him to overcome them all the time. That's foolishness. That's foolishness. They don't even put Patrick Mahomes in those situations like that. He don't have to be making tight window throws all game. You see what they do? They utilize him to his best ability. They roll the pocket. They get him moving. They get open receivers. They scheme up wide open people. You know what I'm saying? They scheme up wide open people. But you got Dak throwing into 7-man zone coverage all the time. That's foolishness, man. That don't make no kind of sense. But I done did my hour, man. I got to get ready to go to work after a while, man. Do y'all have any questions y'all want me to talk about before I wrap this thing on up? Said Mahomes a magician. Hey, he like that now. But CJ, Carl Maine on here. You don't see Mahomes doing that all the time. This is how you utilize a special quarterback. Think about this. If your quarterback is magical, Dak just showed he's a wizard as well, CJ. Tell me that Texan drive was a wizardry. That was sorcery right there. He got in his bag all of a sudden. So if you know your quarterback has these magical capabilities, why would you overuse them? All you got to do is save them for when you really need them. That's all I'm saying. Dak ain't got to be magical all game, man. That's foolishness. When it comes to a time where we got to have it, let Dak be magical then. This is common sense. Let him be magical when we need magic. You know what I'm saying? They throwing extra, they bringing sand to the beach. We already got sand. We don't need no more. Like these situations, you putting a round peg in a square hole. This don't call for magic all game. You can have magic on some third downs when it's 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10. When you know what I'm saying? When it has to be a passing situation, when you need magic, that's when you can be magical. You don't have to try to milk that out of your quarterback every play, every game. That's foolishness. And you know what that reminds you of? That's exactly what they did to Tony Romo. That's exactly what they did to Romo. They asked for magic all the time, every game, every Sunday, every play, until they took all the man magic away. They took all his powers. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to take all Dak powers. Reserve some of his superpowers, some of that magic for the playoffs. That's what we need to do. And the best way you preserve that is to run the football. You got 2 dynamic backs. You got 2 outstanding backs. But for some strange reason, you do not want to run. And you want to target Noah Brown more than anybody. This stuff is simple, y'all. It's simple. But even though we have to deal with all of this foolishness, you already know we still is the greatest. I appreciate everybody pulling up, coming through, stopping by. In the trap,
money.
You already know it. Please. Hit that like button for your boy.
Every line is divine verses boggle your mind. And every song, man, I swear just get better with time. No matter how much shade they throwing, I still manage to shine. I don't know why they so obsessed with mine. I'm all they think about. Go in their house, they probably got my pics in a shrine. Damn,
it's in Jacksonville.
Play me, they see us ballin', now they wanna switch teams like KD.
Appreciate
I know
that,
my time
hallelujah.
coming, I guess I'ma wait and see. I'm too cocky and confident
Hit that like button for your boy.
Help me with my
Shout out to
egotistical
Jealous
ways, but
Ones
I'm
in
amazed
that
how they
name is dope.
display such miserable hate. I never paid attention to what
Shout
most
out to Dallas
say.
Sports,
Their words are
1977.
unemployed like prepositional
Let's get it.
phrase.
Shout out to
They wanna see me
Eli.
crash and burn in
I
a
hope that ain't
ridiculous
Eli
blaze,
Manning,
but yet
man.
I rise like the Phoenix show these I'm great enough.
Let's go.
I know these haters can't stand
Shout out to
me.
Chop
Take a
Talk, man.
seat.
Y'all
I do
have
it
a
for
good
the
day, man. I
family.
appreciate y'all.
Bring
Make
the
sure
block
y'all
to the
smash that like button
Grammys.
for
And
your
if you
boy,
try
man.
to stop me, you need a plan B. Yeah. I just do it for the real. If you ain't from the bottom, you ain't get how I feel. To go against the odds, go hard, chase meals.
Shout out Andrew Knox.
You the greatest, I'm the great young.
Hey, you already know it, man. Hey, like I said, smash that like button for the squad, man. It will not charge a card, I promise you. I go by Landlord from Alabama, your plug for everything about America's team. And you already know, like I say, 1K, 1 love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go. Yeah.